6 men, and Josephine made it out alive.
We had a special bond with her. She was our guardian angel. If she had continued down to the lobby and then our building came down, we wouldn't be around.
The men were pallbearers when Josephine passed away, carrying her a final time. All week right here on WHIO, we are looking at what happened 20 years ago and the impact it still is having on our neighborhoods, our towns, and our country today.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast. That's weather coverage you can count on.
And there was what's called a soggy doggy dip today at Castle Hills Pool in Vandalia. We talked about it in our earlier newscast. And hey, listen,
here we go.
Dogs came out. Dogs had a great time. This was the final day for the pool being opened. Now, is this video that you got a picture you're going to show us here?
I have a picture because when you said earlier, hey, send your pictures to Austin, I think somebody literally filled up a pool maybe in their backyard and dumped their dog in it. But yeah, so this is actually Charlie.
Charlie?
Yeah, Lindsay Boo said this. It looks like Charlie. I can't tell if he's having a good time or if Mom was like, hey, you might be on TV tonight if I send him this picture. But yeah, kicking off the end of summer here and trying to cool off the dogs. I guess it was kind of warm today. We saw a high temperature of 84 degrees, so you can definitely get in the pool for a little while. And if you need to go walk the dog tonight, something I'll be doing after we get off the news tonight. The weather's going to be pretty good for that. We'll see partly cloudy skies, 70 degrees in town. When you get outside of Dayton, it's actually significantly cooler already in the lower 60s. Then if you want to walk the dog either tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, weather should be nice during the day. Dry weather, 60s in the morning, 80s by your afternoon. All right, let's get into the forecast. So here we are downtown Dayton tonight. We've had some cloud cover build back in, but for the most part, we've been dry with just a few sprinkles out there from time to time. And we're actually not even finding any of those sprinkles out there late tonight. This is what's kind of cool. You can really see what we call the urban heat island effect as far as our temperatures go. Notice how it's 73 degrees here in Dayton where we have all the paved roads and the concrete and the buildings. Then you get further outside of town, 63 up in Sydney, 59 degrees in Bell Fountain. So that's a huge temperature difference just across the Miami Valley between the urban areas and the slightly more rural areas out there. Here's what we're watching that's driving the weather. So we have this front that's nearly stalled out this evening, and that's what gave us the chance for a few sprinkles earlier. But this is not the main weather maker. As we go further off towards the northwest, we find this area of low pressure and associated cold front that's going to slide through here early Wednesday morning. And out in advance of that cold front is when I do expect our next chance for showers and thunderstorms. Now, during the daytime hours tomorrow, those won't quite be here quite yet. So for the bus stop forecast for the kids going back to school for the 4-day school week, should be pretty good in the morning. Partly cloudy skies. It's going to be cool out there, around 61 degrees, so you may need a light jacket or a light sweatshirt to start the day, but you won't need to take the rain gear to school tomorrow, as we should be dry right into the school day and warm, with temperatures topping out there in the low to mid 80s by tomorrow afternoon. But rain chances do eventually come back in the forecast, mainly Tuesday night into Wednesday. Here's what that looks like with the latest run of FUTURECAST. Again, dry for the morning hours tomorrow. Lots of sunshine for your Tuesday, and that'll help us to warm up to those 80s. But then here we go. Sunset tomorrow night. We start to turn our attention off towards the north. And you see a big line of showers and thunderstorms racing out in advance of that cold front. All indications are that this line of storms should be weakening as it makes its way into the Miami Valley. But if you live across the far north and far west, say across Salina and Mercer County, maybe Wapakoneta, then getting down into parts of Dark County, you have a better chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night. But then this line really fizzles out as it moves through the rest of the area. So for the most part, tomorrow night, we're just looking at a shower threat. And of course, we'll continue to fine-tune this for you. Kirsty Zontini will have updates starting at 4:25 tomorrow morning. Now, that's our only real chance for rain as we go through the week. And notice it came through while we're sleeping. So it really shouldn't impact plans on your Tuesday or your Wednesday, because behind that front, we're just drying out and cooling off and actually have a pretty nice forecast. The other thing you'll notice, though, in tomorrow's forecast, in advance of that front, it's going to be pretty breezy. Not too bad in the morning, but as we get later in the afternoon and that front inches closer to us, we can see sustained winds to 20 miles an hour and wind gusts as high as, say, 28, close to 30 miles an hour. So kind of like today, as that breeze was knocking you around a little bit, you'll probably notice it tomorrow afternoon. Here's my 5-day forecast. Aside from that overnight rain chance Tuesday night into Wednesday, things are looking pretty good and feeling really nice. Look at Thursday. Wall-to-wall sunshine is back. Morning low at 55, so a cool start. Great afternoon, 76 degrees. Back to 78 for Friday. First part of the weekend, 81 degrees and dry. And I do expect us to stay dry into Sunday. So a pretty nice next 6 or 7 days ahead.
Yeah, but like it, Austin, thank you much. Earlier in the newscast, we asked if you think kids should get a COVID shot once it's approved for them. 67% of the folks who responded tonight said yes. 33% said no. As always, we appreciate you taking part.